I washed his blanket yesterday, so it's all clean. It was filthy. Little dirty dude. Hey y'all, Gregor here with a brand new Snap Judgments deck review. As you may know, over this previous weekend was the Golden Gauntlet 2. We had a lot of people enter, the winner being Roram with an Arishem Thanos list. I will not be covering that list because I despise Arishem and I refuse to use him. So the one that I ended up enjoying the most comes from EvaZord. It was a Mercury Cannonball list that utilized Daredevil and SuperGiant, and I have been saying this for a very long time that SuperGiant is a very, very underutilized card that can just steal cubes, and this deck is very good at doing just that. I was able to climb from the 80s to the 90s with relative ease with this deck, and it's still doing really well for me. I haven't had as much time to play as I normally do during the Snap season, so I'm a little bit behind on my Infinite Climb, but I highly recommend this deck if you are looking for something unique and very fun to play, at least until Second Dinner decides to nerf the Mercury Cannonball combo. So give it a go. Let me know what you think. Also, please check out my Editor Tr1Optimum as well as PWROn Gaming. All the PWROn homies, give them a follow and just show some love. Let's get into the deck. Thank you all for watching, and if you haven't, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, do all the things so the video gets out to more people, and you know, the YouTube channel continues to do what it's doing and keeps thriving. Again, thank you all for being here. As always, I like to go over MVPs, cards that would give us the win or just that did very, very well and kind of stood out among the other cards. First, I'm going to have to highlight Mercury. Mercury is a big part of this deck. She's so good. She's able to stop move players from moving their cards. She's also able to move at the last second, so you can get them with a little bit of a cheeky play that way. She's basically the first anti-move tech card that we have in Snap. So I just really, really love her. She does so well with the Cannonball combo. For now, at least, I imagine they might nerf it. I don't think they want that interaction, but you could still get it while it's still available. Definitely utilize it. Up next, I'm going to have to go with Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Negasonic Teenage Warhead just being so good, especially if you have priority. You could do a tempo play, like you could do it on 3. Depending on what your opponent plays, try to strategize and think what they would be playing on what turn based off of the deck that they're playing. But you could do, like, for example, if you know that they're running low roll cards and it's turn 4, they're probably going to drop Galacta. Try to take a guess where they might drop Galacta. If you have that prio, put it down. Taking out Galacta is huge, huge, huge. But what's nice is that you can use this in combination with Fenris to bring their card back to you. Just so good. Or you could use it at the very end of the game on turn 6. If you have that priority, you can drop it into a lane to make sure that they can't play in that lane as a surprise, and you just take out one of their big guys if they are fighting for that specific lane. So Negasonic, just so good in this. After that, I'm going to have to go with SuperGiant. SuperGiant with her new stat line as a 4/7. So good. I've been a SuperGiant fan since before the buff. SuperGiant is so underutilized and is so strong if you know how to play it correctly. Imagine her as a 4-cost Invisible Woman, but for cards played after her. So you're going to want to hide a 5-drop behind her. Usually you are trying to get a very cheeky play with what you hide behind that SuperGiant play. So you're either going to be dropping Claw or Cannonball here. But you could also do the same thing with Ronin, with like Ajax. There's so many good 5 cards that you could hide that won't reveal until the very end of the turn. If you do it correctly, you can usually avoid like Shang-Chi. The only thing you have to worry about is Allison or, you know, Eliath, whatever you want to go. I prefer Allison. But yeah, just SuperGiant is just such a good card, and even better with the new stat line. So love, love, love the addition of this. Huge shout out to EvaZord for making SuperGiant in this list, because I'm just a big fan. Big fan. Up next, and our final MVP is going to have to be Cannonball. Cannonball, you can hide behind that SuperGiant play. And what's cool is that if you have the Cannonball, you put the Cannonball down if they already are building in a big lane, hide it behind there, and then if you have Mercury out already, you can move Mercury on that very last step to lock down a card. So when Cannonball flips, you just destroy that card, change it into a stone. Or you could always drop the Mercury on the last turn in combination with other drops. So you could do like Mercury, Shadow King, and Fenris. I don't know why you would do all of those 2-drops, or you could do Mercury, Shadow King, Daredevil. I mean, Fenris is a little bit bigger. It's either. They're both 2/3, but you get the idea. You have a bunch of different things you can do with that last play, and with all the tech cards that are available here, you can usually get a win by either wiping your opponent's board, by stopping something with like a Cosmo. There's just a lot in your arsenal that you're able to do. Now, I did want to highlight the flex card in this list. I'm going to say it's Cassandra Nova. Originally, there was Sage in this list, but we weren't getting good value out of the Sage. I think Cassandra Nova is better, especially because of the Rorem deck being very popular. You're seeing a lot of Arishem, a lot of Thanos. You might as well make that a benefit for you. So Cassandra Nova is a very, very good sub option. I feel that she is more proactive than reactive in terms of the way that you play her. You play Sage on 3, you're usually not getting a very big Sage. You play Cassandra Nova on 3, you're getting value no matter what. You know what I mean? So that's why we decided to sub her in. Let's get into the actual list. So this deck, Mercury Poisoning, comes from EvaZord. Again, I'm going to include a link to EvaZord socials. I know they're from Brazil, but this list runs Mercury, Shadow King, Daredevil, Fenris Wolf, Cassandra Nova, Cosmo, Killmonger, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Gladiator, Supergiant, Claw, and Cannonball. So you're not really going to play anything until turn 2. On turn 2, you're either going to drop Daredevil or Fenris Wolf. Preferably, it would be Daredevil. And then if you have a third option, Mercury, I like to keep Mercury as a little bit of a surprise with the potential Supergiant Cannonball play. But if you're given the options, you're either dropping Daredevil or Fenris. They're going to be the ones that you prioritize. Turn 3, Cassandra Nova would be the one that you would want to try to get down the quickest, and then it would probably go Gladiator. Gladiator is good because if it does destroy something that's a Fenris target that you can bring back, you could also go with a Cosmo, depending on what your opponent is playing. Try to think of what your opponent is playing. Try to be tactical with your playmates. So if they have a lot of on-reveal stuff and you have priority, dropping that Cosmo on a lane that they're setting up, very, very big. If they're slowly building out like 1-drops, hold on to that Killmonger. Again, the Negasonic, you want to be tactical with as well. So usually I save Negasonic for like turn 4, turn 5, turn 6. But you can Negasonic on 3 if you want to. The problem is, usually when you're Negasonic on 3, you're giving your opponent the option to choose what they destroy versus surprising them and destroying one of their cards in a way that they don't have a way to choose, you know? So you want to hit a bigger card if you can. Turn 4, you're going to Supergiant if possible. If not, you're going to do some combination of what you can on your curve. You could do 2-drops. You could do, you know, Cassandra Nova if you're going late. You could go Gladiator, any of that stuff. Or you could go like Cosmo onto the Gladiator. That way Gladiator's not popping off. Again, try to think what your opponent is playing. If they're playing like Sauron, for example, Gladiator's probably not the best play on 3 because it's going to bring out a big body versus, you know, a bunch of 1-drops where it would be okay to drop Gladiator. So you may want a Cosmo and then Gladiator. Turn 5, you are choosing to hide either the Claw or Cannonball. If you have the Daredevil down, what's cool is you know where they're going to be playing. That could also be a really, really handy thing to use Negasonic in a tactical way. So let's say they put a big 5-drop. You're like, oh, that's good to know. Let's put Cannonball over here. And then on the next turn, you're like, okay, now we lay down the Negasonic. It's going to reveal before the end of the game where their big drop reveals on that 5. Negasonic takes it out. That's free value for you and a really, really cheeky way that you can do it. Now, do remember that if you are doing that, Fenris won't work because it happens at the end of the game versus the end of the last round, if that makes sense. But yeah, this deck is fantastic. Also, hiding the Claw. Claw is so good at like cheekily getting power into a lane. They may not think you're building for a lane, so they're like, oh, I'm fine. I don't have to build there anymore. And then you just throw 8 extra power into it, and they're like, well, okay, what can I do? You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. So fantastic deck. Please give it a go. Let me know what you think, and let me know if it helps you. I know a lot of people have been struggling with Infinite. This deck helped me a ton, and I'm hoping to hit Infinite with it, either this or one of my own lists where I am also utilizing Supergiant. Let's get into gameplay. I washed his blanket yesterday, so it's all clean. It was filthy. Little dirty dude. Probably this. This is probably my favorite version. Out of the ones I've played, this is my favorite so far. Usually you want to go Daredevil first. We could go Killmonger next. Moon Knight Stature. Oh, well, that changes my plan for the Killmonger play. That changes the Killmonger play a little bit. I'm going to just Sage here. We've won one of the lanes that we need here. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, gamers. This is where we drop SuperGiant, and I see the combo. Hold up, y'all. Unless they have a Killmonger for the Zabu lane. That's cool. I'm going to hide the Cannonball. So it's going to pop off last. Let's see what they play, gamers. Yeah, the SuperGiant ruined your play. If they were planning on Killmongering, we lost. I think they're like, oh, I'm going to Killmonger and then take this lane. SuperGiant's like, no, you're not. Shut up. You're not going to do that. What do you got? You got a... There's the Killmonger. Lol. Lol. Okay, we hide the Cannonball. Actually... So we just won that match because of SuperGiant completely. You good, buddy? Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, turn 5 is usually a big deal for people. Turn 5 is when you drop Sarah. Turn 5 is when you drop, like, some big stuff, and being able to hide something in there. I'm giving him the rubs. He's getting the rubs. Gives you so many options. So I am going to play Daredevil here. Hold on, let me see the stats. Let me see the stats. Let me see the stats. We're 13-6 with a 68.4% win rate right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you? Thank you. Bruh, they gave us their Iron Patriot. That's hilarious. Okay, this is where you drop SuperGiant. I'm gonna hit 90. It's gonna happen. Top 10 anime betrayal, am I right? So what we could do is we could hide the claw back there. Mm-hmm. We won. We won. Let's see where they end up playing. Yeah, buddy. I do not remember the... Oh, no, I SuperGianted and it ruined their Killmonger play. The SuperGiant ruined their Killmonger play, so they weren't able to get into the right lane, which is why they snapped. They retreated. Oh, it's Eliath. It's Eliath, is it? Wait, you're hiding the Eliath at the end of the game? That seems silly. That seems super silly. And a Cannonball, which is going to happen first. Let's see what happens. Are we good? Yo! Oh. Yeah, it will work. Y'all, thank you for the bits and highlighting your messages. Is that new? Victory. Is that new, gamers? Yeah, James likes Roblox. Don't you, James? Yeah, he's an iPad kid. Okay. I'm glad you all approve. I'm not fist bumping an Arshem Thanos deck. I can't bring myself to it.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, baby. Good news, everyone. Yeah, you might get something on your hand. You might get something gross on there. You don't know what that Thanos player has. Yeah, we got some bot gameplay right now. So, again, we're going to try and stack a single lane as much as we can. Big Nightcrawlers, which I am happy with. Like, I want them to be winning. Go ahead and snap on me. I guess technically they're only winning one lane. We're dropping the Glad. That should get it to pop off. Wait for it. It should snap next turn. Nakia, please snap on me, dude. Please. Because I'm going to be snapping on you. I'm going to be snapping on you, guy. It might retreat here. Exactly. Some decks give you the salt. Are they staying? They're staying for some reason. All right, we're going to drop Mercury here. Why does she make the... She makes like the noise of the game. Hit my Cosmo. How dare. Well, we have a way to destroy their bullseye. That's actually good that they did this turn. That makes a very big Morbius. How do we want to do this? Well, we can still move the Mercury. And send it. Nope.
Victory.
Well, I don't like that, though. Do not like the TVA. Okay, we're ramping out a lot of extra energy, which is awesome. We bolt a ball thacking right now. Well,
Hands up.
we take prio with that. But good news, we just go Negasonic. We do have the prio, don't we? They've discarded two things, which means we should be playing for the other two lanes. I do like the Negasonic here. Sure, why not? Let's go.
Victory.
Victory. It feels so good, gamers. Elemental borders would go hard. They would go hard, James. Yeah. Yeah. Stinky man. You stinky boy. You stinky little lad. Look at these teeth. Look at these. Look at these teeth. Look at that. Look at them little teeth. You got good teeth, James. Don't let anybody tell you differently. We need Prio for the Negasonic to hit. The Juggernaut, well, you just gave me a safe Vormir. You just made Vormir very safe for me. And you lost your Shang. Gets the Mercury set down now. Also gonna drop the Shadow King now. I feel like if their play... Wait, they have 16 and 4? There are good Icemen variants. What you talking about? Have you seen his ultimate variant? His he has an ice car that he's coming out of. Galacta into Mockingbird, eh? Galacta into Mockingbird, you say? Let's get Negasonic down now. They have Prio, unfortunately. So insecure. Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he a big boy. Oh, he a big boy. Go right, please. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm trying to get these on a more regular cadence. I know last year it was like one every week, but life is just kind of taking priority. And yeah, I'm going to try to get these out more often because I really do enjoy making them. It's just a matter of balancing life and content. If you guys enjoyed the video, again, please remember to like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. I will be streaming. Yeah, no, it'll be my regular schedule. So it'll be Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific time. I hope to see you all around. If not, please take care of yourself. Remember to eat food, drink water, take your meds, get enough sleep, and remember the world is better with you in it, even when your brain tells you differently. Catch y'all later.